What is up, guys? Chris here, Bear Market Mining. Thanks again for stopping by. So today we are checking out the Avalon Nano S3. This is a mini Bitcoin solo miner. Now, this has been sent out to me by Bitcoin Merch to do a bit of a setup guide for you and a review. So shout out to them. Today we'll take you through, what the miner is, look at the chances, show you how to set it up, show you your chances because, of course, that's what everyone wants to do, hit a Bitcoin block. So let's start by looking at some of the specs and pricing on this thing. Then we'll get you into the setup and check out the hash rate on the pool side. Let's get into it. All right, so here we have it, guys. The Canaan Avalon Nano S3. So really sleek little design here. We've got LEDs on the front, which we can change. And one of the cool things I like about this is this display. We can see our current hash rate. We can see the power mode on it. We can see the wattage and the IP address. So pretty sleek little design. This, of course, is our brick, our power packet at the back, but you're not interested in that. Right at the front, here's our grill. This is our exhaust. So this is where the hot air will run out and it'll be sucked in through the back. Now, one other little feature we want to look at on the side here, it's got a little Wi-Fi dongle right in here, as you can see. So that means you don't have to have an Ethernet cable. A really, really nice feature because 2025, guys, we don't want Ethernet cables running everywhere. We've already got too many of them in my mining farm. So less is more, in my opinion. So that's the miner itself. Now for the important part, let's get this set up. I'm going to take you through the setup guide and how to get it away and mining. All right, so over here on bitcoinmerch.com, you've already seen the miner, but we can see it here again. So this is the Avalon Nano S3. It's a 6 terahash miner, and it comes with the power supply, which is good, so you don't have to mess around with any of that sort of stuff. I've got the white edition, as you saw, really, really sleek looking design, a really cool little miner. I've got a number of different solo Bitcoin miners, and this, I've got to say, is probably the sleekest. As far as sound, they're all fairly similar, but this one is super quiet as well. So checking out some of the specs, we know it's a 6 terahash model. Now that's on par with the Nerd QX++ for a similar amount of power. Now it does use slightly more power from my readings than the Nerd QX++, but the pricing is a little bit better. So it's a bit of give and take there, as we know. It's plug and play, as you're going to see in a minute when we take you through this setup guide. Super, super quiet, 33 decibels, so you won't even hear this thing. You will, I guess, see it if you choose to leave the LEDs on, which can also be turned off. But a pretty cool little unit. As far as efficiency, reasonably efficient, not as efficient as, say, your top of the line Bitcoin miners, but 140 watts, you'll never even notice. And if you hit that block, it will all be worth it. So price tag right around 400 bucks. Like I said, this was sent to me by Bitcoin Merch, and we do have an affiliate code with them. I'll leave that down in the description if you wanted to grab one and save yourself a bit of money. So that's pretty much what we're looking at as far as specs wise. So now I'm going to take you through how to set this up because it is super, super easy, easier than a lot of the others, much more friendly, user friendly, I should say, friendly, I guess. Yeah, whatever, you get the gist. The plug and play is really, really nice. So let's jump on into that and get this thing up and running. All right, so let's talk install. Now, this is really, really easy to do. Canaan Avalon have this Avalon family app, as we can see here, which is super, super easy to use. So you just download that from the Play Store or whatever phone store you're using. Jump on in, it'll ask you to make an account and you'll simply click add device. You'll click search. And as we can see, it pops up very, very quickly. Click on that, click connect, and we're in. So it is really, really that simple. Now, as you saw when we looked at this device first, it does have that Wi-Fi. So you're just going to plug in your Wi-Fi details, your password, and get online. Very simple. That'll be the first step to getting this connected, and then we'll jump on into how to enter in these details, pools, wallets, all that sort of stuff. So the first thing you'll have to do, or it will ask you to do, is change the password. So you'd enter in the current password for your device and your new password, all very straightforward. But definitely important when you're setting these things up to make sure that you don't have anyone by chance somehow log into your device, change your passwords and your address, and you hit a block and all of that reward is gone. That would be a nightmare. So, right, so now that we've entered our password and we've changed that, we're going to want to put a wallet address, which we can find in our settings, our pool config, and pick our pool and enter our addresses in. So for the pool address, I like to use public pool. That is what I've got all of my other rigs on, and you're going to need to enter in your own worker, which I just like to use as my wallet address. So let me grab that, we'll put it in, we'll then put our password in and click save. So let's paste our wallet address in here. We'll put our password as X. Now you will have to fill out these other pools as well. So we'll click select all, or copy that, paste it. We'll then paste it again. We're also going to copy our wallet address, paste that in. We paste it in again. Make sure we've got a standard password, whichever you like for all of them. Click done, click save. We can see it will automatically restart, so we'll click OK. We'll enter in our password. This is for the device itself, whatever you changed it to. Click OK. It says succeeded, and now it will be restarting. After a couple of minutes, you will start to see hash rate again if you've got all your pool data details in correctly. And we'll be able to check that on the pool side in a minute. But first, I want to have a bit of a look at some of the other features we can see in here, because these are pretty cool. You don't get these on a lot of different mini solo miners. So it has an LED, as we saw on the miner itself. Now you can change this to flash, to breathing, to loop, whatever you like, depending on what your interest is. Now there is also night mode, as you can see on the top right here. Now that will just turn all of the lights off together if you've got it in your room or in a living room and you don't want to see the LEDs. It also has different color palettes which you can change for the LEDs. So really, really cool. These things are pretty much silent. You can put them anywhere, and they also make a pretty good little backdrop for recording and things like that as well. It has a number of other features. In the work mode section, you can change basically the power and the hash rate. So if you wanted to reduce the power draw on this, you could just change to low or medium. Me personally, I like it high. I want to be up at that 6 terahash and get as much hash rate as possible, and hopefully hit that Bitcoin block. So that is all set up now. So let's jump on over to the pool and check it out. Make sure it's all online. So now that that's all set up, we can see it right here, this worker. Now I haven't assigned a worker name yet, which I will do. Now it's saying it's getting 26.3 terahash. That is not the case, but that would be really, really nice. I've just got it on the same pool as my others, as we said, the public pool, which I really, really like. So this will even out right around to the 6 terahash, ideally a little bit more, but that'll take some time and before it evens out. So we know it's up and running, which is great. Seeing the setup of it now and the specs. So what about chances? Let's see what chances, if any, we've got of hitting a Bitcoin block worth over 320,000 US dollars. Wouldn't that be nice? Jumping on over into sololuck.com. We've entered in up here our 6 terahash. As you can see now, it might get slightly more than that on average. It might get slightly less. That's all going to be a silicon lottery. For today's sake of checking the basic numbers, we've entered in 6 terahash. So a chance per day, 1 in just over a million. So 1 in a million chance. That's how the saying goes. And that's what we've got right here. So now that is every day, of course. Now your chance per year is 1 in just under 3,000. So look, that's not, you're not about to start hitting these left, right, and center, but people have hit these, with some of these mini miners. So 1 in a million a day, every day is a pretty good chance, if you ask me, for a $400 miner, even less with that discount code. The current price, if you hit a block, the current value, I should say, which is just over 3.1 or 3.2 Bitcoin, around there, $357,000. So the numbers here are better than hitting the lotto, right? Like a 1 in a million chance every day, buying a block every single day, or the chance of winning a block every single day. So I'll take those numbers for a pretty low cost investment. Down here we see the block reward 3.13 and the current price. The network hash rate obviously is astronomical, but you know, if you got yourself 10 of these, according to this solo luck calculator, if you were to spend, you know, 3 grand on it, you know, a 1 in 100,000 chance every day, not too bad if you ask me. That is going to wrap it up, guys. Hopefully that gave you a bit of guidance as to how this set up, and maybe sparked a little bit of interest in solo mining Bitcoin. Now I've got a number of different devices, so I'm just going to keep building with these, keep decreasing or increasing that chance per day. You never know, maybe one day you could hit a block.